obviously key to success. But there's a broader context to that. And we're going to talk about where in the world. We're going to talk about the importance of the startup community. And I have the honor of introducing our moderator, Wright from the Next Web, that will help us have that conversation. Thank you. Welcome, Mick. Stage is yours. Come on, guys.
So the first question I want to ask you guys is, what qualities would a location have that would make you think the startup scene is never going to work here? What's the biggest barrier to making startups work in a location?
So I tend to believe that government regulation tends to be the single barrier which actually limits the capacity of most startups.
We don't find that government red tape is generally a barrier to entry for startups in general. The barrier that we've seen for ecosystems to develop, an entrepreneur is going to get started whether there's barriers to entry, government red tape or not. They're just going to get it done. And investors are usually one of the main barriers that we've been seeing. Without funding, without venture capital, without angel investors, there's no way that startups can really grow and scale to the level that they need to.
The main ingredient of an ecosystem, I would say talent. So if you flip it around, what the biggest barrier for an ecosystem is talent as well. If an ecosystem does not have the talent, the universities are not producing the talent, and the talent is not educated to become good startups, then investment doesn't matter. Government regulation doesn't matter as well. What matters is how the talent is developing to become good startups.
There's a certain threshold of red tape is that, that if there's too much bureaucracy, it's somewhat of a problem. But in most countries, I mean, I was an entrepreneur building 2 companies in Berlin. Anything regulatory has never been very high up on my list, to be honest. And then of course you get these invited to this thing by the local government. What can we do? For years they ignore you and they don't realize that startups is an interesting thing. All of a sudden it's all the rage. And then of course the first question is, what can we do? And the answer is, I don't have many asks for you, to be honest. I mean, yeah, speed up the visa a little bit or whatever. But at the end of the day, it wasn't hard to get people to work there. And I don't think that's the main issue.
What's needed to make local capital work? Make more people want to invest locally.
If you can demonstrate to people the opportunity that exists, that's the fastest way I have ever seen anybody take their money out of their pocket and actually want to write you a check.
What we've seen is a lot of investors will come, they'll make 1 or 2 bets, and then they'll exit the market because they haven't seen successes. There's a lot of education to be done on the investor side of things. Portfolio theory for startups, how to actually do valuations for investments, how to look at building a full portfolio,